Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our wonderful Thursday and our Google Training Day. And I'm going to first share the screen and share a wonderful story about value proposition, which is right over here. And let's do it right here. I'd like us all to take a brief moment and see this wonderful review that Don Giacchetti got yesterday. A quick rant and warning. Sotheby's, International Realty, and Don Giacchetti just told me they would not list my home on the lake for 4% listing fee, which would result in a $70,000 to $80,000 commission to be split between the selling agent and the buyer's agent. Talk about greed. I am interviewing a few agents to list our home. Out of all the agents I have spoken to, Dawn and Sotheby's is the only ones who have said they would not list for 4%. Besides just scratching my head, I'm just amazed that the company and the agent believe they bring so much more to the table to justify an extra 30 to 40%, 40,000 than anyone else who have sold homes on the lake or for this in this price range. Yes, we do. Thank you. We know our value. Excellent job, Ms. Dawn Giacchetti. We are definitely the ones who understand the value we bring to the table, both the value that Dawn Giacchetti brings to the table and the value that Premier Sotheby's brings to the table. We do not take listings for 4%. So, although I could not comment for obvious reasons, I would like to say congratulations. You stand up and you make me so proud that you are a Premier Sotheby's agent. So, yay! Bravo. What a way to start, right? I love that. I just tell you, it makes me so excited. So there's that. And when she told me that, she was all upset. To tell you the truth, I was so excited. So let's go on over and share this screen. So can everybody see? Let's play from start. Oh, you can't see it up there. Oh, hold on. Escape. We're having a little technical difficulties this morning. What is happening? That's because I'm in Lake Nona. Sometimes it does not want to play along with me. Everyone's so quiet. Hello, Miss Liani. Okay, is it going on the screen here?
Hi.
All right. Here we are. Can you see it up there? What? Yep. Okay. We have made it. We are good. Okay. Play. Let's do this. Everybody's so quiet on Zoom. All right. Slideshow. Play from start. Okay. So what we're talking about today is Google. Now, what does Google also own? Anybody? Everything. Sometimes it feels that way. I love Google. Google also owns YouTube. Okay, so we want to make sure when we talk about this, when we talk about our Google business, we want it to also match our YouTube channel, right? When we talk about names, we talk about things like that. These things need to work together. Does everybody know what SEO is? And guys, on Zoom, if you want to unmute yourself, there's only 7 of you. So sad. But if you want to unmute yourself, please feel free to talk because this is for you guys. And so I just want to make sure everybody's clear. SEO is search engine optimization. What does that mean? We want to, by doing all these things, the whole idea is that when people search up best realtors in Orlando, we want you guys to populate. That's the whole point of this, right? And so what helps you do that is something called search engine optimization. So we want to have playing in tandem your Google business page as well as your YouTube channel. So whatever your name of the YouTube channel is, you should match your Google business page, okay? And when you use keywords and when you do, that's just like when I say also on your Facebook, on your Instagram, on your LinkedIn, all of those things that you have, don't follow me, right? Because I have your real estate coach and this and that. I don't want people to find me. I do mine for a different purpose. I'm not trying to get found. I do it for training, right? Most of the time, I don't want people seeing what I'm doing because I don't want agents to say, thank you so much for giving that invaluable training. And they're not with our company. And then I have to go hide things, right? You are trying to do it to have people in the public find you. That is the purpose of why you're trying to do that. So don't have different names. Your name should be the same on every site that you're doing it, so that you're helping to build that SEO. Because if you're using Liani Rubayo on one, Liani Suarez on another, Liani Rubayo Suarez on another, right? You're 3 different people. So those of us that have killed ourselves by having multiple names. And I'm the worst because of my Carrie and my Carolyn and my Pollock and my Prieto and my Carrie Pollock and my Carrie Prieto. It's what a mess, right? So you just have to make sure when you're doing any of this marketing that you're following the same name all the time, okay? And you're using the same keywords and catchphrases. Is everybody good with that? That's how you're building the search engine optimization. And so that's what we're going to focus on. Now, this is great. 8.5 billion Google searches happen every day worldwide. Wow. So when people think people are going to go to TikTok.
1 million. I made 1 million.
Okay, Luciana is 1 million of those. My husband's the other million. But guys, people go to Google to search everything. And then when they're not on Google, guess where else they're searching? YouTube. Which is owned by who? Google, right? So that's part of the Google searches too, if you think about it. If you want to know, like I go to the farmer's market, right? In Winter Garden, and I love to go to this cowboy. He is a cowboy. He wears his cowboy hat and his farm, and they have all this grass-fed whatever. And so I bought these really cool ribs. Actually, they were short ribs. I don't know how to make short ribs. So I said, hey, how do I make it? He goes, I don't know. I don't know how to cook. I just know how to get the animals. I'm like, okay. So, it was my son. He was leaving for Columbia. I'm like, I'm going to make some really cool short ribs. Where did I go? YouTube. I need to figure out how to do this. And I watched a bunch of videos, right? People used to go to recipe books. Yeah. What the heck would you do that for? I want to watch what people are doing, right? And I made some killer short ribs, which by the way are very fatty, but they were delicious. Okay, but this is what people are doing. They are searching, and that's why this content that you're creating is going to live forever. That's why when we are using YouTube and we're using Google pages, we need to make sure that we're building a name and keywords that will last. Okay, everybody with me? Okay, moving on, maybe. Okay, 46% of all these searches have local intent. So they're not looking for things out in, Timbuktu. They're looking locally, which is really cool to know. So when you're thinking about, okay, I want to give information, especially if we're thinking about videos and we're thinking about stuff on our business page, this is great for us realtors, right? Because what do? We're selling real estate locally. Right? So this is fabulous for our business page to understand that people are looking for who? People here locally to assist them. So this is a good point for our local page, okay? Now, there's 3 ways in Google for your business page to be searched for. So this is not for YouTube. This is simply for your Google business page, okay? You have what's called a knowledge panel. And this is right here when they're searching in the search bar about a topic, right? A real estate, they're looking for a knowledge, like a information on, like real estate, top realtors, things of that nature, right? This is your knowledge panel. Another way they're looking is in a map, right? Best restaurants near me, best realtors near me, right? Best real estate agents, best companies near me. How many of you, I did this all the time. If I'm looking for a restaurant, I did it last night. Tonight is my husband and I's 26th wedding anniversary. And I said, honey, let's go out to eat. Yeah. And you know what he says? Oh, we went to Europe. Hello, that was months ago. You can't point and say this counts. Men are so unromantic. Yeah. I said, we're at least having sushi and sake, man. Look in here, look in this Google map and find me somewhere nice to go. We were on the Google search, right? Don't you go to the maps and find places to go, right? We all do it. And people do it also when they're trying to find realtors, don't they? Okay. And the local pack. So what is the local pack? Google puts the top 3, what they consider the top 3 of a grouping, and they give them as your top 3 choices. Okay, so the question is, what are they grouping them as? Types of businesses: real estate agencies, realtors, real estate companies. You have to know what Google is considering it. So when we're going to look at your business page, they call them different companies, right? So we have to look locally and see here locally, what they're all naming themselves as. Are they calling themselves agencies? Are they calling themselves brokerages? Are they called, because if you're going to call yourself a brokerage and they're really using themselves, as most of them are calling themselves agencies, you're not going to show up in the local pack because you're putting yourself in a different type of brokerages that's not as popular. You see what I'm saying? So that's why we have to search and see what is coming up in this local pack. And then there's some ways you can get into what they call the local pack, okay? But you want to come up because this is kind of like an organic way to get, you're not paying to get in here. This isn't a paid for, but you will show up in Google search to be in the top 3. Now, there are ways to get here. And a lot of this is all SEO. The more that people search for you and you populate, the better chances you're going to have to come here. So we're going to talk about ways to get here. We're going to hit a couple now, but we'll look at it a little bit more, but number 1 we're going to look at is your name, how you're putting yourself as a company name. We're going to talk about reviews, how your reviews are. You need to have reviews on your Google page. We're going to talk about also keywords from reviews. That's another way you can get in here. So these are things that we can look at. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit more about that. Now, is anybody actually searching for agents? So Jason Pantero, who I did the training with yesterday, who's from Tom Ferry, who's fabulous. He's a big marketing guy. He works with this company, this realtor, and he said for every 85 people in his area, which I believe was Nashville, that searched for coffee, 5 people were searching for realtors. Now that's pretty impressive because how many of us drink coffee every day? Me. Haven't drank it yet, but I'm still talking fast.
It's a mystery there.
Luciana wants to know what's in my cup. But the key is, guys, it's pretty impressive when you think about the fact that people aren't buying and selling homes every day, but yet 5 people out of 85 compared to 5 are still looking for real estate agents every day. So that's pretty impressive. The fact that it even shows up on this list, right? That's pretty darn cool. So this tells you we need to make sure we're utilizing the Google business page. How many of us don't even have a Google business page? Right? Several of us. I've had one for years, but to be honest, I used to work with it and then I have just kind of let it fall by the wayside. Bad on me. So we all need to be utilizing this. All right. Okay, now here's a really cool thing. Once you're getting into your Google page, they have an analytics section. So you set up your business and then it can tell you actually how people have been searching for you, which is pretty neat. And so one is the green one is the direct. That means that they're actually searching for your name. So that means you probably did a lot of marketing. So this particular group that he pulled up, which I can't read it.
Family and friends.
Son are real estate agent is Sean Ryan and Hillary Ryan. But I hate to say the name of the company, so we won't say it. But they have been searched. This direct, the green box has been, that's people putting in their name, right? But this one, look at the blue box, 21,000. That's the discovery. That's people who are finding the business profile through what they're doing, right? These are people searching for real estate agents in that area, right? Because people are looking for people who are doing real estate in a specific area. So that's the discovery. And then that little tiny sliver is brand related business. If the people are looking for a type of brand, Sotheby's or that kind of thing. Well, with that brand, it's not a surprise. No one's looking for that brand. I think our brand would be bigger. But our brand could help us because a lot of people might be looking for a brand. Our brand does a lot of advertising, right? So this is really cool. At any point, we could go into our business page. It gives us all these analytics. So this is a really neat thing too. Now, this is pretty cool. This particular company generated $250,000 worth of gross commission from 2021 from their Google business page. That means these customers came direct to them, looking for them to use them to list their home. Because this is the cool thing. If you're putting things out about homes, if people are searching for homes, who is that? Who's that going to be? A buyer, right? But if you're looking for a real estate agent, who are you going to be? More than likely a seller, right? Because how many buyers are searching for real estate agents? They're not. They're searching for homes, right? And half the time they're just going to find the buyer, or they're looking for the listing agent who's representing the home, right? So they're calling the home to find out who's listing it, right? That's a lot of times what they're doing. But the people who want to sell their home are looking for the real estate agents to represent them, right? That's the difference. So in this particular agent's web business page, they have grown so much business for people actually searching for them, because they've been populating so much as the top real estate agency or the top realtors or whatever their key phrases have been in their market, that those people, when they find them, they're not saying, okay, now we're like seeing 5 people. They actually think that they're the top agent in that area because Google told them so. That's the other really cool thing. People believe what they read. Now, let's be honest. If Google says there's a top agent in that area because it came up in that pack, does that really mean they're the top? No. If someone has great Zillow reviews, does it mean that they're a great agent? No. If someone doesn't have Zillow reviews, does it mean they're a terrible agent? No, it just means you don't have Zillow reviews. Does the customer know any of that?
No.
No, the customer has no clue. This is why we have to use these tools, because the customer thinks if they see that you came up in that local pack as, wow, you're one of the top 3 agencies, you must be amazing. No, you have really good SEO. That's what it means. So that's how this company happened to be able to get so much commission based off of that, because they had these customers coming directly to them and they're like, yeah, I want you to list my home. So oftentimes it wasn't a competitive listing. It was people saying, yes, you're the top real estate agent. I want you to list my home. That's sweet. And you know, Karen Carr, who I like to look at her stuff from YouTube, says the same thing. When she puts out great content on YouTube and people start to follow her, when they come to her, it's not like, okay, I want to see you compete with other people. They already believe in what she does because they've been watching her content. People feel like they get to know you through social media. They feel like they get to know you when they watch your stuff on YouTube. It's a very weird phenomenon, right? They feel like,
Yeah.
wow, you're amazing. I can talk to you. It's so funny. It's like you're becoming, I mean, think about these YouTubers. People think that they're local celebrities. What is that? It's hysterical, right? Who are you? You're somebody who's on YouTube. But they believe that you are like amazing because you're on YouTube. Guys, we got to be using these tools. You're amazing because you're amazing at what you do. But if you happen to be amazing while on YouTube, even better, right? So this is the thing. Utilize these tools that are out there for you because the public is looking, right? That's the beautiful thing. And more than the fact that they're looking, they're searching. So if we know what they're out there searching for, we have tools that can tell us the keywords of things that they want to know, right? If we could use these things to our benefit, which we can. Oh, I have something. What is this? More like people in the chat. Hold on. Oh, happy. Oh, thank you. But if we can use these things to our benefit, why wouldn't we? Right? This is the key. We can know that they're out there searching. Heck, we're the ones out there searching ourselves. Right? If you need a, some kind of a service, a car service or something like that, if you're using Uber or something like that, you're going to be out there using it too, aren't you? That's the point. So if we're doing it ourselves, we know the customer's doing it. So we've got to do the same thing. So what is the first thing you need to do? You need to claim and verify your business. So when I have a link here that goes to, oh, I think I have to stop this. All right, so that everybody can see. That went blank, right? Hold on, where did everybody go? Okay, there we are. We're gonna go on over here and it goes to how to verify your business page. So this link I'm gonna actually take right now and put that in the chat box. Hold on, where's my chat box? So everybody can go in there. Everybody got the link? So this link takes you over here to how to verify. So you can check your verification status. And this is how you're going to verify your business page if you don't have one already. Okay? If you don't have a profile, you have to claim your profile, right? You have to, now what's going to happen is you have to have a name and address. Now, I will tell you, for example, This is mine. I've had it for years. You're a real estate coach. Now, I picked your real estate coach for several reasons. Number one, I'm not front facing, right? I'm not trying to get buyers and sellers. I don't want a buyer and seller. So your real estate coach, I wouldn't get a buyer and seller from that, right? But I actually had to, when you first create your company name should be your name. And I suggest saying realtor after it, right? Because realtor is a keyword. But realtor, they don't allow you in Google, they have rules against using keywords in your actual business name. Yeah, I put a bit. Thank you. Much better. So you cannot use a keyword in your business name. When you do, it will spike your traffic, which is fabulous, which is why it's against the rules. However, that's so you couldn't say Liani real estate agent, real estate company, which you can anyway, because why? That's a violation of FREC, right? You can't make it sound like you're a brokerage because you're not a brokerage, right? You can't be real estate company. You can't imply that you are a brokerage. But can you say you're a realtor? Yes, because that's like a designation. Realtor means you're a member. You're a member of something. So you're allowed to say, Luciana Nevelef, a realtor. It's a designation. It's part of an association that you belong to. Wear it with pride. So you're allowed to do that. That's what I think you should do. So you should say Luciana Nevelef, a realtor. Liani Rabayo, a realtor. You don't want to say Premier Sotheby's International Realty because you're going to put that in the company, but you're not Premier Sotheby's International Realty, right? That's the company you're associated with, but you are not the company. Now, when you're putting your information in and when you get in here, in the chat, did you not get it?
Oh, in the chat, yeah, because I was looking for it.
Sure. Let me find the chat. Hold on a second. Chat. Hold on. Here's the chat. You know what? I might have sent it as a direct message to Sherry Tate only. That was mean of me to everyone in the meeting. Sorry. There you go. Everybody has it now. Everybody get it? So the other thing that's going to happen is when you put your name in there, you have to put a business address. Now, about 4 or 5 years ago, you could not use let's say you use this address. This is your office, right? You say 13555 Narcoosseau Road. Well, you couldn't claim this address because this was Premier Sotheby's address. So Luciana Nevelef, realtor, couldn't claim this address. Liani Rabayo couldn't claim this address because this address belonged to Premier Sotheby's International Realty. That's no longer the case because they understand with independent contractors and different types of.
I was able to put this address.
You can.
They sent me a code.
They will. They usually send you by mail a postcard to this address with a code that you then go in and put the code in. They want to verify that this actually is an address where you can receive mail. Yes, that used to be a violation. They used to consider that a violation. And so if you had tried to do a business page years ago, 4, 5, 6 years ago, that would have been a violation. So a lot of people think, well, I can't do that. Well, you couldn't do that, but you can now. They have since changed that. So I recommend everybody use your name, realtor, right? Because realtor is going to help you. You could say real estate agent, but I think realtor is better because you're a realtor, and realtor is a higher level of distinction. You're not just a real estate agent, you're a realtor, So that's my suggestion. And then you're going to use the address of the office that you're listed out of, because they're going to send something to you here. It will have a code. You're going to go back in and verify using that code. So that's how they're going to verify you. And they're going to use certain key pieces of information. So we're going to come back over here and we're going to go back to play from current slide. Oh my gosh, it goes blank again. Did I lose everybody? Okay. So when they go back over here, that's special. They're going to go back into this business profile. And this is where you're going to go to business.google.com. That is where your business page lives. That is where all of your information has to be filled in. That is where all of your your insights are going to be living. That's where you're going to put all your photos, your posts. Everything is going to be done from this profile manager. Not a very long name. Now, if everybody wants, does anybody need this link? I can send that to you as well in the chat box. That is right here. Hold on, business.google.com. Oh wait, you probably have my page. That's my dashboard. Hold on, business.google.com. I'll put that in the chat box for you too. Chat. There you go. So you can go over there. Now, if you already have a business page set up, it should probably open to your business page. Anybody out there have a business page that they've been using? I know Dawn has. Anybody else? Crickets, silence. Daniel, do you use a business page, a Google page?
Yes, a lot.
Great. Can you share with us some of the insights that you've been getting in terms of customers from your Google page?
Yeah, so especially the reviews, that's awesome. So, and I use a lot the HomeSnap together.
So your HomeSnet is linked through your business Google page.
Yes. So yeah, so because most of my clients are for national, so yeah, I need to have that presence online a lot.
And also your YouTube channel, does your name match your Google business page?
Yes. So everything needs to match the name. So, but I don't use any keywords as you're saying, like the realtor or, yeah, I think so.
Good.
But then I don't know if it needs to be more organic on the description of the videos. I don't like to put in the title of the things. And I use a lot of the landing pages too.
That's great. I mean, there's so many great ways to grow that SEO, but I think keywords, if you start adding them, that can even grow more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm trying to do the TikTok now after you said that.
Good. I mean, I don't think TikTok is going to surpass Google anytime soon in their search, but you know what? Can't hurt, right? It's all
Yeah,
good.
no, you need to think like if more people are checking for you, you get more relevance.
Exactly.
So it could be any kind of traffic. You just need to pop up to someone that could be someone interested. Most of the people that are searching, there will not be a client, but you need to be on the algorithm. That's the word.
Exactly. Everybody who searches for you helps to boost your algorithm. Absolutely. The more people, and that's also how you can get in that pack, right? So the more people that search for you, the better chance you're going to get in that pack. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you.
Love it. Okay, so here's what Google is going to be checking for when they're going to check to make sure they're going to verify your page. First, they're going to check the main data points. So your business name, your business category, and that's what we're going to look at. And that's what we were talking about. Is it a business? Is it a real estate agency? Is it a real estate brokerage? We're going to look at the different categories in a second. They're going to check that physical address. And again, it's okay. And you should be using your brokerage office address. So if you're here on Narcoossee, it's the 13555. If you're out of Dr. Phillips, it's the 7600 Dr. Phillips Boulevard. So whichever address you're out of, use that one. Your phone number can be obviously your cell number, and your web domain is obviously your company website. Or unless you have a personal website you want to use, but whichever one you want. Then the minor ones are going to check is your service areas, designated service areas, operating hours. You know, to me, I like to say, you don't want to say you work 24 hours a day. I mean, seriously? I don't want anybody contacting me at, 12 o'clock at night. No, thank you. I mean, we need to set boundaries, right? So appointment scheduling, that's a great app. That's a good thing to do. And your business description, that's an opportunity for you to show your areas of specialty, right? So that's a good thing. But they're really not checking the minor stuff so much. They're really checking the main data. And that's what we're going to look at. And let's look at the business categories first. So in the business categories, we're going to take a search, and you see here in this particular area, real estate agency. That is what's coming up in that pack. So if you're in this area, which was, I don't know where the heck he was, you want to make sure that you're calling yourself by company an agency. So we're going to stop our share. we're going to go and do a Google search in Orlando, and then we're going to see what's coming up here. I've already done this, but we're going to have a little fun doing it ourselves. And we're going to go here and we're going to do Google. And we're going to say top realtor near Orlando. Let's say that. And let's see what comes up. Okay, let's not look at the ads, but let's go down here. What do we see? Real estate agency, real estate agency, real estate agency. These three are what? That's the pack. Right? That's the pack. These ads are paid for. These people paid, right? These are ads. But these are the pack that's coming up based upon SEO. Right? Real estate agency. Now, these are just searches, right? So let's now also you want to look at the map. And another thing the map tells you is how zoomed in or how zoomed out. Hey, Oksana. So based upon how zoomed in or how zoomed out it is, it also tells us how much competition there is in that name. Now, the good news for us is, look, there's not a lot there, is there? If it was really zoomed in and there was tons and tons of red dots, it tells us there's a lot of people using the Google business page. What does that mean for us? Good news. Not a lot of people are using this. Fabulous. So let's try this. Near Winter Garden. What comes up then? Not the ads. Okay, Erica Diaz, Tara Moore, and Zukowski. Ron the Realtor. Again, agency, agency, agency. So the pack is coming up with agency, isn't it? So if we're going to create a business, our company, we need to use agency so far. Now look, there's a lot more competition in that Winter Garden area. Look how much there's how closely related they are, right? Now let's see, we say near Windermere. What happened there? Again, not the ads. Oh, Daryl, the Fun Collection and Assignment. Let's see, real estate agency. They're all agencies again. But look how much more spread out they are. What does it tell us? Not a ton of other competition there, right? We like that. Let's see this. What if we say Dr. Phillips? Did you get anything? Don Giacchetti comes up and Dr. Phillips. Don, how'd you do that living in Claremont, man? That's really good of you. Are you even on the map? Yeah, you are, because you're in the Dr. Phillips office. I love that. So we come up, Premier Sotheby's, Don Giacchetti, we come up twice. Woo, that's impressive. We own the Dr. Phillips Google map. That's shocking, because I don't think our Google is really that good. But Don, yours is. That's awesome. But what's interesting is we're a real estate agency. You're a real estate agent. And Key Bella Homes is real estate agent. Interesting. Huh. So what does that tell us? There's probably not a lot of anybody doing Dr. Phillips, because in your pack, you don't even have the same company type coming up. Interesting. Just for fun, let's do Claremont. Claremont. Now, Dawn, you better come up here, man. Let's see what you got. Oh, Dawn, you don't come up. And you know why you don't come up probably, Dawn? Because you're not agency. Because these people are all agency and you're agent. What do you think? Is she still on here or is she off? Did she jump off? I can't tell. Dawn, did she jump off? She's still on. I don't know, she might have jumped off. I gotta tell her that. Isn't that interesting? Dr. Phillips, there was like nobody, right? So we were agency. The other two people, Dawn and whoever else it was agent. Because there just wasn't a lot of competition. Here in Claremont, which is of course a huge area, right? The three came up in the pack are all agency. So my recommendation, maybe she should change her company type to be agency. And then you could put multiple company types. So you could put agent down next to like a secondary, but change her primary to agency. Interesting. All right, give me one more. What else do we check? Anywhere else? I like Mary. Not that we really are in Lake Mary. I mean, we have an office there, but let's see what happens in Lake Mary. Is that a fun? Here they are, the pack. Agency, agency, agency. And look at that, Premier doesn't come up. Okay, let's see what happens in Lake Nona. Lake Nona. I'm scared to look.
No.
I'm scared.
Mm-mm.
You did? We're up there? Then I should be scared. Lake Nona, rotate down them. Okay. But weird. How are we not here? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Maybe are we not showing Lake Nona? Because you have real estate agent in here. How are they beating us? We gotta talk about that. Where's my social media expert? What is she doing? Mode.
Oh, Mode.
Mode. Mode is our social media expert. She needs to see this. Why is my real Lake Nona office not here? Because look, how do we have a real estate agent? But you see what I'm doing, guys? So this is what we need to stop and look at. Why is in the pack we have an agent not amazing? Now, what did we say? Top realtor. Now, notice, let's say we said best real estate agent in Orlando. Let's do this for fun and let's see what we get. Now, notice that in this Metro City Realtor came up. The best realtor is highlighted. That is what they call, I forget the name, we'll see it later in the slides, but it's like a trick. That's not the word they use, but it's a trick. Meaning that the keyword phrase best real estate agent, best realtor is close enough. Google didn't know who to pick for the 3-pack. So it went through the reviews and found that this review had the best realtor. So it's highlighting that these words match what I've searched for, and that's why it's selected this company. So if you can get your reviews to have a couple key phrases in there, I mean, you can't do it all the time because they'll notice and then you could get dinged for it. But if you could get best realtor, best real estate agent, if you can get those words added into your reviews, you could get added into this 3-pack organically by Google. Pretty cool, right? Because I can tell you Metro City Realty is not a big agency. That's no doubt. That's the only reason you know it, because it's highlighted right there. If I just said best realtors in Orlando. Let's see what comes up now. Oh, actually, I'm surprised they're still there. Wow, Metro City still made it. That is shocking. But now notice Figueroa is still there and Rogers is switched. So it changes them all the time. But look how far out all these things are. What does that tell us? Not a lot of competition. This is good for us. So everybody with me so far? Okay, so when we go back into our actual page, this is my business page, and we go into our info. Number 1, you need to fill all the information in, because it's kind of like when you're in school and you get gold stars for things and then you get dinged for things, right? Google gives you gold stars when you fill everything in. You get algorithm boosts for things getting filled in. If you're missing one piece of information, you get dinged. Okay? So you have to make sure, look at this, I have no location, ding. So you need to put a location in here. Add hours, I don't have hours, ding, right? Bad. Appointment links, I have no links, ding. God, I'm horrible, right? Products, what would I use products for? Does anybody have an idea how I could use products? This is a really cool tab for us. Does anybody know what I could do with products? So painful. I'm gonna have to share your listings.
Can I answer?
Oh yes, please do.
Yeah, so you can, like Carrie just said, you can put your listings in there. So that was like an amazing thing I found out yesterday. So
Oh, you were on
like
the
you
same training
said-
as me, Sonia.
huh?
You were on the same training as me yesterday, right? The Jason.
Yeah, so that was it's really cool, guys. She'll
Yeah.
finish.
Now
Take over.
you can put your products on there, which is amazing, which would be all of your listings. But you know what else you could put on there? Open house. You know what else you could put on there? Your buyer's guide. You know what else you could put on there? Your luxury outlook. You could put all sorts of cool things that could get people to want to click on it, because the idea is the more engagement you get off of this, what happens? Just like Daniel said, you want people engaging with you, clicking on your stuff, because that's going to, every time somebody searches or engages with any of your stuff, what do you get? An algorithm boost. And every time your algorithm gets boosted, you get better SEO. It's like, this is true too. When you put content out, when you write a blog, they love you. Google loves you. You get huge bonus points for that. But when you copy and paste a blog, you get dinged for that. And you know who else gets dinged for that? The person you stole it from. So if you copied something direct from our website and pasted it right on your blog, you get minus your SEO, and so does the company that you stole from. So in this case, us. So you could copy and paste it and then just change words. As long as you're changing enough words, you won't get dinged and they'll think it's original content and you're good. But never copy and paste. And this is where the thing with reviews comes from. This is where the trouble comes from. We have testimonial trees. Awesome. Somebody writes a testimonial for you, 4 or 5 stars automatically goes to your website, automatically goes to realtor.com. Then we can automatically send it to your Google page. If it's the exact same review in multiple places, you can actually get dinged. So that's not always a positive either, right? So we want it to be a little different. So you're better if you send the husband to one place and the wife to another. Follow me? Versus getting the exact same review copied and pasted, because that looks like to them plagiarism, right? You're not adding new content, you're copy and pasting content, which you kind of are when you think about it. That's what we're doing, just copy and pasting the same testimonial everywhere, which is the point, right? But it doesn't matter with the Zillow stuff, but it does matter with Google. Google cares about that. So that's the one issue. So I would suggest we have to be careful who we want to send the Google reviews to. We don't want to send everybody the same thing. So in our testimonial tree, you know how we can send it via text to whoever we want. We want to be very careful who we want to send the Google review to. But we need reviews, because that's the other way to get in the pack. The more reviews you have, and not just the number of reviews. And of course, you need more than 4 stars. You want at least, 4 and up. So 5 stars are obviously better. But like, let's say I had 100 stars and you have 105 stars. Who's going to get picked? The person who has the more recent stars. So that's the other thing too. Even if you just have a lot of great reviews, but they're old, the person with the more current. So you want to always keep getting, and it doesn't have to be 100, I just pick a number. But the person who always keeps getting the reviews is going to do better than the person who had reviews, but they're living in the past, right? So that's another thing too. If you're constantly adding new stuff, they love that. So that's a really good thing too. Now, another great thing about Google is they love content. Now, this is what is weird. So posts, they love posts. But here you can reuse stuff, which is bizarre. So
Carrie, can I just say one thing about the reviews before you move on?
Sure.
The Google reviews. The one thing they did say too was that like you can't have the same reviews that you have on Yelp. So these need to be new, fresh reviews, and it's good to have your keywords in there, like realtor. So if somebody reviews you, if they use the word realtor, that also boosts your algorithms.
Right, but I don't think it's just Yelp. I think if it's the same one that's on your web page, that's realtor.com, that's if it's out in the web, if it's the same exact review, then that's that to them looks like you're just copy pasting content.
Yeah, they don't like that. They like to have separate reviews on everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, exactly. But it is true. Those, if you could add the right keywords, that's good too, right? Because we can get into the pack possibly. Now, posts, though, interestingly enough, you can reuse your post. Like if you're posting for Facebook or Instagram, you can take that same post and post it here. They just like you adding stuff. So you should add, and you could add, and you're auto posting, you could add to post to Google. That's another thing. You should probably connect your Google to your buffer, right? That's one of the things you could do, because they love when you add content to this. Do we care how many people look at it? No, it doesn't matter. They just like that you're adding content. The other thing that they like that you add here too is video. Video is another great thing to add here. So you want to add not just posts, but video. Again, doesn't matter 8 people look on it. Doesn't matter how many people look at it. It's just the fact that you're adding stuff to it. Okay. So again, info has to be all done, which mine is not, and I'm terrible, and I've had this forever. And then you want to make sure you have nice photos, and you want to make sure that you're adding posts to it. You want to make sure you're constantly adding reviews. I'm terrible. I have 1 review. Thank you, Seda. The messages, I've never connected with a customer on here. Photos, again, you can add all your photos in here. They love when you add photos. You can add video right into here. Keep adding video. The more content you add in here, maybe 1 a week, is a good thing. Add a couple posts, add a video. Again, it doesn't matter who's looking at it. It's just that you're adding content, and it will help boost your SEO. Okay, it's just one of those things. Products, again, is a great place for you to put in all sorts of good stuff about, again, not just your listings, which are fabulous, but our wonderful, luxury outlook book, buyer's guide, seller's guide. We have so many different, you take a flip book and throw it in there, whatever you want. Services, this is your opportunity. I have stuff in here. See, your business plan, prospecting versus farming, your marketing plan. I have stuff in here. Coaching center, I have stuff that I've been adding. You can put things in here that you want to. You can add different categories of different things that you do. This is a good thing for you to share with people what you are offering. This is your unique selling propositions, right? This is your website. This is where you put your link to your website right here. And you can go ahead and edit this. Create your post. This tells you all about it. This is like this little thing that they have, write a review. This is your gallery. See, this is right here from my little one from my business page. And if I move this over, I can visit my site. And this is what it looks like. This is my business site. You're a real estate coach, real estate agent, which I'm not. Get a quote. Live waterfront. Here's some updates and testimonials, which I only have 1. People can write a review. They can see my gallery. They can contact with me, this kind of thing. This is my little page. You kind of want to work on this page to make it look good. But again, it's a matter of adding content to get that SEO good. Does that make sense? And you can use the ads. These are really cool, or you can use Boost, because Boost also creates Google ads. Sonia, do you want to speak to that? Because that's a really cool thing about our Boost. Boost is not just Facebook, Instagram, and AdWorks, it's also Google ads.
Yeah, so with Boost, you can create your brand ad, you can create your residential property ad, you can pick your geographical area that you want it to go out to, and you can also connect it with your Google account, so you can also, see how many views you've got. You can see where they came from. You can see if a person wants you to contact them. You can, so there's a lot of really good information. It's also really good for just popping it right out of your Boost account and into your report, your listing reports as well. So they all are connected.
Guys, this is scary. 7 people have found me just searching for my service. How scary is that? I don't have any information on my profile. That's really scary. Imagine if I tried, right? So think about that. So, That's in the last month. And that's really scary. I haven't promoted my business. I have not looked at this page in forever. The other thing that you want to set up is your alerts, your Google alerts. So if anybody's searching for your name, I have a Google alert for Premier Sotheby's because I always like to see if anything is Premier Sotheby's is in the news anywhere. I always like to advise that you do that for your listings. If you see your listing showing up, especially if it came up on some crazy thing on Craigslist or something like that. But you should set it up for your Google business page. So if somebody's searching for your Google business page or saying something about your Google business page, have a Google alert set up for that. Has anybody set up Google alerts? Oh, you definitely want to do that. They come into my Gmail all the time. And you would not believe how many times I know what's happening in the press for Premier Sotheby's before we even announce it through PR because I'm getting the alert through the Google alerts. You just go into search for Google alert. You got to go in through Gmail. Here we go. Google alerts and set that up. Set up. See, Google alerts, and then there you go. And then you just set up your Google alert. And you can see you attach it to your Gmail. So you have to have a Gmail. And I have it for my name. And that also has my business, your real estate coach, and for the company. And you can add as many things as you want. And you just create it. So I could say, your real estate coach.
Carrie, if you don't mind, I want to say one thing while you're doing that.
Sure.
You can also set up Google alerts for things that you guys are interested in providing for your clients. So if you want to have up-to-date information on what's happening in the market without like sitting around and listening to the news, you can set up alerts that'll come to your email that'll tell you, you know, if the interest rates just went up or whatever information that you think is valuable. And then you'll have that right prepared in your email to send out and add to your reports or send out to your clients on an immediate time frame.
That's a great point. I would not do it on interest rates because you would get an email every day. But
I'm just saying anything that's of interest.
No, that's a good point though. But like, for example, if you want to know about the Mega Universal, you know, Epic Universal. Epic Universal is the Universal that's doubling in size. You know that Universal is creating a whole another Universal that's twice the size of what Universal is at right now. If you want updates on what's happening with Epic Universal, then you could create a Epic Universal. And anytime there was information about Epic Universal, I'm going to get an email about that. So if Epic Universal is in the news anywhere, I'll get an email about Epic Universal. And if I don't want to get this anymore because it's starting to get annoying, I just come back in here and I hit delete. Okay? Because my Gmail is starting to get overwhelming. That's why I just come back in here and hit delete. So sound good? So anything that you're interested in, if I want to know about Sunbridge, if I want to say Neo City is super exciting in this area. And if I want any updates on Neo City, I just hit Neo City, and anything that's being anywhere in this area, guys, if you work Lake Nona, you need to know about Neo City. Neo City is the next hugest area of growth. What's happening in Neo City is unlike anything in the United States. The stuff they're doing technology-wise there has never been done before. So it has taken a lot longer than they anticipated. Surprise! But I can tell you that is going to be a huge boost to this area. And a lot of major companies are coming to Neo City. So if I were working in this area, I would definitely want to know updates on Neo City and be the first person to be talking about Neo City, because we talked about Neo City back in 2016, 2017. And then nobody talks about it anymore because it sort of, as we thought, halted. It did not halt. It's just taken longer and a lot more things with, you know, what they were deciding to do with it and the companies that were getting involved with it and, you know, kind of the path it took. But it is definitely going, I can tell you that. So that's a really exciting thing. So these types of things that, you know, are cutting edge, that's what I would want to get alerts about. This is the stuff that's making Orlando new. No one knows about. That's the stuff you want to talk about. Right? Okay, back to finish off here. Let's go ahead and slideshow from present. From current slide. There we go. Everybody good so far? Okay, and there we go. So the most important thing, remember, is that proximity is power. So you want to make sure that you understand the keywords that are going to be getting you, right? So that's doing those searches and seeing what the keywords are, getting the rankings, making sure that those keywords can match, right? Like which people are looking for. Those contextual keywords like we talked about, completing the profiles, right? Adding the business name keywords like we talked about, uploading your pictures and your videos. Hello, keep going. Reusing your social posts, just getting things up there, you know, creating that content there. And then those social ranking signals, that's adding those keywords to your business name. Luciana Neveloff Realtor, right? That's what they're talking about. Remember, the local search ads, they're going to be looking locally to see who's the best realtor in the area. So, you know, take advantage of that. You want to create an ad about it, they have the easy ad creation right there. You can totally do that. It's super simple and easy to do. If you want to do what's your advertising goal, you're trying to get calls, you're trying to get leads, like how are you trying to get it? You can certainly do it this way, or you can do it through Boost. Remember, if you do it through Boost, it's not just Google Ads, it's Facebook, Instagram, AdWorks, and Google Ads. So if it were me, I probably would use Boost, but you might want to do an A/B test where you do a little on Google and a little on Boost and you see what you get more out of. I might do both and see, right? See what is more beneficial to what you were trying to run. But if I'm doing an ad, what am I trying to get? It's me, a seller. Do I want buyers? No. Okay, so if I'm showing homes, who am I going to get? A buyer. How many times do we show ads with homes? All the time. We need to rethink our ads, guys. You need to rethink your ads. So if the Boost ad is only going to be either a picture of you, which you guys are beautiful, but that might be a totally different kind of ad you're getting, right? I mean, I'm just saying, like, show a lovely picture of yourself, you might be getting a date, right? That's not what you're looking for. I mean, I don't know, maybe it is, but rethink that. What are you trying to accomplish? You have to think through, if I'm the consumer looking at this, what am I shopping for? Right? That's what you got to think. If I see a home, am I thinking about selling my home? No. Right? I'm not. Now, if I see a brand new community and I say something about the advantages of buying new, that I can get, you know, it costs less, and something brand new about, you know, new technology, or maybe I'm trying to entice somebody to sell something older to move into something newer. Maybe. But if I'm just selling a home that's a listing, no, that is not a seller's ad. That's a buyer ad. If I look at probably 97, I'm lying, it's like 99% of Boost ads, they're all homes. Is that true, Sonia? Sonia!
Oh, she's back.
Yes, that's true. Sorry, I couldn't get it off mute.
Right? 99% of all Boost ads are homes. So if you're really trying to get a seller, that's not the way to do it. So maybe it's a market review. Maybe you're talking about the market. Maybe you're sharing something new about Neo City. Maybe you're sharing something new about something that's happening in the area and why people are moving here and why it's still time to do something, right? It's got to be a different message if you're trying to get a seller. We have to think through that. So if you're really, you know, people are so funny. They say to me, Carrie, I didn't get any sellers. What was your ad? And they show me a beautiful ad of a home or of their face. And I think to myself, so surprising. Really? You didn't get a seller from that? I don't think so shocking. You're not going to get a seller from that, right? So think through those things. I'll be happy to help you. Sonia's happy to help you, but think like the consumer. If I was thinking of selling my home, would this make me want to sell my home? Right? Okay. I can get off my soapbox there. And I love that he said the market belongs to those who market.
Ooh,
That's a good new phrase of mine now.
very-
It's a good one. I always said, if you market to everyone, you market to no one. The market belongs to those who market is good too.
very-
And more importantly, think of this. Right now, as the market shifts, people start to go, oh, I don't know what to do. So what do a lot of real estate agents do? Nothing. They hibernate and they wait. They do, right? Because they're like, I don't know. What do global real estate advisors do? Step on the gas, right? We go full steam ahead because we know everybody else is doing that. And we know now is the time for us to take over. This is takeover phase, guys. So let's do it. So if anybody has any questions or wants to get a meeting with me, give me a call. Have a great rest of your day. I hope you got something off of our Google training today. And I look forward to seeing you all real soon.
Thank you,
Bye.
Thanks,
Carrie.
Carrie.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.